Rebecca Jim is a lifelong environmentalist and water protector who has devoted herself to a noble goal, cleaning up Tar Creek. The 11-mile-long creek in Ottawa County, Oklahoma is one of the most heavily polluted bodies of water in the country. Nevertheless, Rebecca's faith in her work never wavers.
Well, I think there's never been a time I didn't believe that we were part of the earth and that we should be all doing something for it. My name's Rebecca Jim, and I'm the executive director for Lead Agency, but I'm also the Tar Creek Keeper with the Waterkeeper Alliance. We're north of Veneta, Oklahoma. I would say we're in what was the Squee district of the Cherokee Nation, Indian Territory. I've always known I was Cherokee. Always known that. Always grew up knowing it. My mother was non-Indian, but my dad was Indian. Being tied to this land has always been important to us and to the family. I couldn't be more proud to be Cherokee, to be part of a tribe that has the ability to care for one another so deeply and have the strengths to continue being and knowing who they are. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be Cherokee. I grew up in West Texas. I was born there and moved back to this land when I was 21. I really became an activist, I would say, in the latter part of the 70s. And I never quit being one. Lead Agency stands for Local Environmental Action Demanded Agency. And we organized to be a voice for an environmental justice site that had no other organization speaking for them. Yeah. We organized in 1997. We have this Veneta address, but we also have an office in Miami, Oklahoma. Tar Creek is only 11 miles long. It flows out of Kansas, and it flows through a mining site that was one of the largest lead and zinc mining sites in the world. It then travels on and connects to the Neosho River. And from there, the Neosho joins the Grand Lake of the Cherokees. Down that creek, we have 1.5 million gallons of heavy metals coming in solution straight out of an aquifer that's been poisoned by the mining. One of my former students, he was a 10th grade student. He looked over the bridge where that bad water mixes with Tar Creek. It mixes right under your feet, and I asked him, I said, "What do you see?" And I'll never forget what he said. He said, "I see an eternal flow of evil." And it is evil, but it also is something that can be fixed. In April, I believe it's on Earth Day, or very near it, the American Rivers Association announced the 10 most endangered rivers. They do that every year. Last year, Tar Creek was one of those rivers, but this year we were too. And so the rivers that we stand with that are endangered are as mighty as the Mississippi and as long as the Colorado. And we're number 10 in that list. We are endangered and we are fixable. And we are put on that list because there's an opportunity for people to speak up to the agencies that have power. And we're hoping that people will respond and help speak for a creek that can't speak for herself. the lead agency works in, I would say, organized chaos. So we like to grab an idea and see who will come. We've organized a national conference on Tar Creek. This will be the 24th year of that event. Ultimately, the very best thing that we have done is be a partner in lowering lead levels in children to make sure that they have a future that is positive, where they can think clearly, they can have the potential that they deserve. There are hundreds of waterkeepers around the world. It's an international organization now. So there are bay keepers, ocean keepers. There are only 2 creek keepers in the organization. Each of these people has found a water body that they can care about so deeply they can fight for it. And so I stand with them, and I'm proud to do that. Tar Creek's going to be fixed. It's going to get all the attention it needs. That's going to happen. Yeah, I have no doubt that it can be done, but it shouldn't have taken this long. It didn't have to be this way. The fish in Grand Lake didn't have to have lead in them. They do, and they didn't have to. I would imagine that intrinsically we have that inside us, to understand that we are part of something much bigger, and also a part of what's beneath our feet. This is a place, a very special place. And having had a chance to live in other places around this country and go abroad a time or two, I can see the vast possibilities that we have that we must protect. I don't know when there was a beginning to that. I just know it's my life's work.